What's going on, good folks, good people? Hey, man, this is the Coach Kash Show coming back with another episode of the Coach Kash Show. What's going on, Coach Kash? How you doing?
How's it going, Mike? It's a beautiful day in beautiful Pahokee, Florida.
Definitely, my brother. Definitely, man. Hey, man, if y'all just joining us, if you don't know who Coach Kash is, he is the Pahokee High School football coach in Pahokee, Florida, in West Palm Beach County, man. My guy, Coach Kash, coming on every week, man, giving y'all into the hottest in Pahokee High School football and high school football around the lake and in Palm Beach County. Coach Kash, it's good to have you. Good to see you. Good to be on your program, brother.
Blessed to be here another night, Mike. Look forward to the show every week, Mike. We're gonna keep it coming.
Man, hey, we're gonna keep it coming and do what Coach Kash know how to do, and that's coach football and talk.
Absolutely,
all right, Coach
Mike.
Coach
Hey,
Kash,
Mike,
man. How you been though? Go ahead, it's a pleasure. Go ahead.
Actually, Mike, I've been great, Mike. I can't. I'm healthy. My family's doing great. My dad, he's still kicking, man.
That's right.
So I'm in great spirits right now, Mike. It's a lot for me to be blessed feel blessed about, Mike. And I never take for granted a day above ground.
That's it, man. Hey, that speaks volumes, man. Hey, it's nothing to take granted, and every day is a blessed day as long as we are here, as long as we are able to breathe breath in our bodies, and God spared us another day, man. You got to be grateful, bro. Got to be grateful.
Absolutely, Mike.
Okay? So, hey, but look, Coach, let's get right into it, man. It's been a crazy week. It's been a busy week, and I'm glad to have you back. You know, it's been a lot of stuff going on since you left in coaching, recruitment, so to speak. The world is crazy with the transfer portal. You know, um, and I couldn't wait to ask this question, man. How's the transfer portal affecting high school kids at this point in time, man?
Well, the transfer portal has been the bearer of bad news for most high school kids. It has changed high school recruiting, forever. Um, Normally, high school kids, people sign 25 or 20 to 25 high school kids uh, per class. Now, that number is 0 to 5 high school kids being signed per class. And that makes for a lot of competition for those 5 slots or those limited slots. And for Division I scholarships, we're talking about. At Polk High School and in the Glades, we always start with Division I scholarships.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
just
only thing we know.
yeah, that's been the staple. And so the first thing that we always start with is Division I spots, and those spots are very limited. Um, it's this past week was really crazy because we had a couple thousand kids in the transfer portal, and a lot of coaches that was coming out or that was supposed to come out to the school, they had to change course and get back to campus because they had a lot of kids in the transfer portal. And this thing is about relationships. So some coaches was able to talk their kids into not leaving or not hitting the transfer portal. Others they can do nothing about it because you got to understand, if you're at a school and you don't have NIL money, it's going to be hard. You got a pretty good player because he's going to leave. And so with that being said, most people rosters have been turning over. And so with the uncertainty with the guys that on their rosters, that left for a little time to be hitting the recruiting trail looking for high school players or
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
what high school players they was going to take. So we've been blessed because we have a couple talented kids that we have had a lot of coaches come through this week and last week. However, no one was able to pull the trigger on any kids really because the first thing most schools are doing is trying to make sure they got enough guys or bodies in the seats to play a spring football game.
Wow, amazing, man, amazing. This is where we are. I mean, this is where we are right now, man. And
Yes, we're at that point. We're at that point right now, Mike. I hate it for the kids, especially high school kids.
yes, yes,
But it's not over. It's just the route. Everyone routes is going to change. A lot of kids routes will change. A lot of kids are going to have to go D2 or D3 or NAIA or whatever and make a name for themselves. And then if they're blessed enough to have good seasons, try to transfer a port out or and move up. Through the blessing of God, we got some pretty good football players, and I do expect 5 to 6 guys off of this team to end up signing Division I scholarships.
and
What I'm saying?
I got a question on that, but I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna go down the list like Santa Claus first, okay?
I got you.
One good friend of mine told me, Mike, I want you to go down the line like Santa Claus.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna go there, but back on the recruiting thing, man, because here it is, man. You have like 15 or 20 seniors on this team. I mean, how many kids? Let's go into that. I mean, like, talk about your seniors that are being recruited. How confident are you to find a home for these kids? Every kid need a home. How confident are you?
Well, Mike, I'm very confident that any kid that has film, I'm very confident that we will find them a home. It might not be Division I, or might not be Division I AA or whatever, but we will find them a home. We have a lot of contacts, and we've been in contact with a lot of different universities, NIIs, D2s, D3s, and most of those guys are just waiting for the D1s to come in and do what they're gonna do, and they'll come in on the back end and start plugging the guys that's left. Uh,
Exactly.
but at the same time, one thing I will do for guys that I know are D1 Division 1 football players and that should be worthy of a scholarship. I will press those guys to do a year of prep school, and
Yeah. Hey. Say that again, coach. Say that again.
I will be pushing all of my guys that I know have Division 1 football talent to prep schools. I'm a big believer in the prep school, especially for guys that I know have it, but just got caught up in the number game.
Yeah.
Because one thing about prep school is uh, you don't lose a year of eligibility, and also you're able to get film and show that growth, or show that, hey man, you still got it. So um, it's a win-win situation for the kid. Um, Junior college is also an option, but the thing about junior college is if you do attend a junior college, or you use a year eligibility,
Yeah.
and you know and eligibility is keen around here, man. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can go to prep school and
Say that one more
get all
time,
your
coach.
eligibility is keen around here. If you can go to a prep school and keep your all 4 years of your eligibility, including your redshirt year, you might want to do that if you're that guy. What's the use of? I mean, you can go to D2 from prep school.
Yeah, you can.
You don't have to just jump and go to a D2, D3. You can do that from prep school. But prep school is an option, and I'm a big believer in the prep school, and that would be what I that would will be what I suggest to a lot of my kids that I think are D1 guys, and they don't have to do that, Mike. They can say, "Hey, coach, I feel more comfortable going to the junior college," and they're more welcome to do that. But I'm big on the prep school.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the prep school it's a pretty good out. My son did it, and he still got pretty much the same offers that was on the table before he even went to prep school. So, and I
Absolutely,
Cash is saying that. I mean, it's in a nutshell. Why be so in a rush to go to a D2? And if you're a D1 caliber player, you know, you don't have to be in a rush. But it's just advice too, cause we're not saying you guarantee the D1 scholarship at the prep either. We're just saying explore your options. That's all he's saying.
absolutely, Michael. I mean, I just prep school is a better option in my opinion, and and whatever happened after that, man, happens.
Yeah, let me ask you, yeah, and coach, thank you for sharing that because before I go into this next question, I did prep after talking with you. We did a prep. It didn't work exactly like we wanted to because it was a down year for the prep that we particularly went to. But my son still got offers. So how can you go wrong with that? You know what I mean? Still got offers. Nothing really changed, but he still can go to school.
Absolutely.
So
But I mean, things could have been a lot better. I mean, you just
could have been
don't
a
know.
lot worse too, though.
Absolutely, Michael. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I'm thinking.
at the end of the day, school is school. Man, I don't care what school you go to. Everybody's not going to the NFL, but at the end of the day, if you can go to a university and you can get you a degree, and you can set your life up to be what I'm saying, a respectable citizen,
Yeah,
and take care of your family. That's what it's about.
that's
Because at
all it's about.
the end of the day, at some point, you're gonna have to be a man, and you're gonna have to take care of your kids and your family. And having a degree absolutely put you in good standings.
Let me ask you a question, Coach. How many kids do we actually have committed or offers?
Well, right now, we have 3 kids that are committed to schools right now. That's actually committed to schools. It's locked in. Um, you
Awesome.
have you have Jashawn Benjamin right now is committed to the University of Rutgers. You have Jakaris Foreman is committed to Tennessee State.
Right.
And then you have Tony Martin, who just decommitted from University of Marshall, and now he has just committed to Western Michigan. They actually gave him a real good deal. Um, so kudos to to them. You have you have you have DJ Holmes that's sitting here that I mean, it's many different schools he can go to. It's just a matter of where he decides to go.
Yes, sir.
He has, 10 plus, 10, 20 committable offers right now. So, I mean, it's just a matter of where he want to go.
That's big, man. Let's give him a round of applause for that, though, man, because that's big, Coach. That's big.
Yeah. Definitely a big fish. And then you have James Jackson and BJ Bolden that is just right on the cusp that I do expect after after this transfer portal fiesta's over. I expect BJ Bolden and James Jackson to be locked into some D1 somewhere because those guys are very talented. It's just a matter of this transfer portal thing.
So being in the right place at the right time.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, it is right time. I mean, it might be others, Torian Henley has some excellent film. A lot of guys love his film. I mean, he made a lot of plays. I mean, on the defense side of the ball, I mean, he made as many plays as anybody, man. I mean, he had a lot of forced fumbles. He was very active. He was very instinctive. So a lot of guys love his film.
He's another one that's always around the ball too. He make his way around the ball.
Oh, absolutely. And we had we have Jannard Thompson. He has some schools that piqued his interest. He has good size. He showed the ability to rush the pass. I think he had like 7, 8 sacks somewhere around there. Some upside there. But so you never know what happens or what's going to happen. But and these coaches come in, man. I try to funnel as many guys as possible. Especially the guys that's qualifier, like Jannard Thompson, he's a qualifier.
Yeah.
You got all BJ Bolden, James Jackson, all those guys are qualifiers. Those guys are qualifiers.
Yes, right. That's right. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that because it's important to let the people know that not only that our guys are able to play football, but they're getting a lesson too to be able to do like a Division I on down to a Division III or NAIA, whatever that. I think that's how that acronym goes. Mm-hmm. But I guess what I'm saying is that these guys are qualified.
Like absolutely, Mike. And it's a pecking order. And I say this to everyone. College coaches are going to select who they like.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't no magic. One you can wave and say, "Hey, take this guy." It doesn't work like that. They like who they like. They're gonna love who they love.
Mm-hmm,
and it's a lot of things going to play with that. Size matter. I mean, sometimes height. We have some kids that's dealing with some height issues now with some people. Weight matters. And then the other thing is if you're not a qualifier, you can't be expecting Coach Kash to call you down. To talk to some of these people when you don't have a test score or grade point average. That's not going to happen. Now, when, if you're a grade issue, when the junior colleges come, you will be called down and we'll have that conversation. But, parents need to understand that, your kid barely have a 2.0.
Yeah, don't make no fuss.
I mean, let's not do that. But it's like, it's very misleading, what I'm saying, when that happens. I'm just saying, don't do that. I mean, don't run tell mama or mom, parent, dad, don't come to the school and your child has a 2.1 or 2.0 and with you expecting him to talk to these Division I schools. I don't care what the talent say, they can't take him. But he will when the junior colleges come. We will try to send him to the best junior college we can send him to. And, and hopefully we can fix those grades, which that happens a lot, man. We do have a lot of kids that go off to junior college and do well.
Yeah.
But if that's the situation.
And let's be clear, Chloe. Let's be clear, too. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. It's just
Oh
another
no,
option.
no,
There's
that's just
nothing wrong with it.
because at the end of the day, the work has to be done.
That's it.
Um, you start taking those tests, and as sophomores and juniors, or entering the clearinghouse to make sure that you check out, and that's just one part of it. That's the
Yes, sir.
academic side, and then you have to take care of business on the football field. The first question any college coach asks me before he asks about your talent, he asks me, Coach, what type of character does this kid have? Is he a me guy? Is he a team guy? They go to asking about it. What his background like? What kind of what his parent like? What's his home life like? What is his parents like? And believe it or not, a lot of that stuff matters, man. Some kids get took off the board, because of other stuff. Now me,
Yeah.
I'm a straight shooter. I would never say nothing negative about a kid, but I would never lie to a college coach. I'm not going to do that. I may leave some information out, but I'm not about to say that, if they ask me a question, they might ask me, so how high does he get? Because that question, believe it or not, college coaches ask this question quite a bit. Coach, do we smoke? And if I know he was a bona fide,
We
fired up guy, I'm going to say, I don't know. That's about the best I could do. Coach, I don't know how much you smoke. I mean, I might say a lot of these kids smoke, whatever. I encourage them not to smoke, but they're kids. But I won't just say, oh, hey man, yeah, man, he burned the house down, because I won't do that. But I'm not going to say, no, Coach, you don't smoke. Now I got some kids that I can bona fide say, Coach, you don't smoke. He's, whatever, clean cut, don't miss class and things of that nature. I had some situation that done happen over the years that I done been a part of. Not to say this year, but where college coaches come on campus and the kids are not in class, and
wow.
like that's another big no. That's another thing that can get you tucked off someone's board. I'm always harping on, hey man, be where you're supposed to be. I don't know if you got to leave. Text me, Coach Kash. I'm leaving off campus. I got to do something for mom, or I got a dentist appointment, or whatever. I mean, because life do happen, but you don't want to put me on the spot where I have these. I have them call the room to bring you down, and I don't know you're not there.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's a working relationship, and a lot of people feel like you get some parents that feel like, oh, the kids don't need coaches.
Now
And
that's even worse.
my friend, I'm gonna tell you like this, Mike. If you're a parent and you feel like your kid don't need the coaches, I don't know
Wow.
what to tell you.
Please don't
Because,
do that.
because I'm gonna
Parents,
tell you
please don't do that.
because I'm gonna tell you something. Uh, I'm gonna always get a phone call. The most the most the most important person that they're gonna talk to is the head coach.
Yeah, man. Say it
They
again, coach. Say it
they gonna
again.
talk to the head coach. I don't care who you went to. You could have went, the who whatever. You could have went to Houdini, and they say, okay, this kid can play. They gonna call the head coach.
Yeah, they're gonna call. I mean, like, what sense does it make? See, coach, this is what you're talking about, basically. And parents, if you're listening and you engage right now, understand this. You, I mean, like, we all are responsible for the character of the individuals that's being recruited. Now, I say that because it, we all are pillars in the community. So we got to take an active role, man. If your kid is not where he's supposed to be, if your kid is not doing the things that he's supposed to be doing, I mean, like it ultimately falls on the village, you know. But this can actually hurt a kid when you're talking about recruiting. When the coach saying, "Hey, man, this guy got all the talent in the world, but I got to be honest with you, he got some blemishes, and one is like." He come to practice late. I have to tell him to put his cleats on. He come with his flip flops on. Man, when you come, you got to be ready. And some of these things, man, may seem very minute, coach, but these things are serious. Go ahead, coach. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
absolutely, Mike. The bottom line, Mike, is no one's perfect, and there are kids. I mean, I'm not I don't expect anyone to be perfect, but I'm gonna go back to this, Mike. These scholarships are so limited.
They are.
I mean, the competition for these few scholarships are very limited, and um, college coaches have, they have zero tolerance for a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
If you was that guy, if you that guy, now there's some guys. Now I'm telling you, if you a bad quarterback. I mean, you was a bona fide quarterback, a bona fide big D lineman. 6'5".
Yeah, it is an exception to the rule.
They gonna, it is what it is. They okay, coach. We'll make them right. I mean,
Yeah.
they do that. But if you ain't that guy, I mean,
then there's no chance.
You do not want to have character issues, and I'm gonna just leave it at that, Mike. But at the end of the day, Mike, I just be trying to, hammer home to my kids, man. Be where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, this is great, Coach, because this is recruiting 101 or 099, if you will. But I think parents right now that's on this live feed right now, that's joining us, engaging with us right now, they need to know these things. And some of these people that are listening now probably have sophomores and juniors on the team that saying, hey man, I want my son, and it could be single parents, not saying all. It could be single parents, moms, or it could be dads that's saying, I never thought of it like this. Coach Kash speaking some real knowledge right now. I gotta step my game up, and I want I want nice things to be said about my kids, and I want my kids to have the best opportunity, whether it's a D3, D2, or a D1.
Absolutely, Mike. Because I mean, like I said, character is a big thing. But character, talent, and then measurables. I got 2 texts today about trying to find out the measurables of kids. I'm trying to find out height, weight, 40 times. That's another thing I want to bring up.
40 times.
I'm gonna say this, and people take it how you want to take it. If you're upcoming, you're an underclassman, and you already know your 40 time is not where it's supposed to be. You need to be running track. I'm sorry. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you're not running track, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball. Running track, the track coach job is to get you faster. You will get faster running track. I have ran track. I have coached track my whole life. I've been around track my whole life. If you start running track in the 9th grade, I guarantee your 40 time will drop a 10th of a second every year. In the 9th grade, you 4.9. 10th grade, you 4.8. 11th grade, you 4.7.
Yeah.
Your senior year, you about 4.6.
Yeah.
Or lower. Or it could drop lower. But I'm just saying.
You just giving an example.
I'm just saying at a minimum, that's what it's gonna be. And kids that's a lot faster, you know what I'm saying? That'll look a lot better. But I know a lot of people like to run 7-on-7. I got no problem with 7-on-7 outside. If you're an established player, I don't encourage guys that have scholarship offers to be out there fooling around 7-on-7, because if you get hurt in 7-on-7 and you lose your scholarship for being out there in 7-on-7, and you tear your knee up, I don't know what to tell you. I don't support 7-on-7 for established guys. Developmental guys, yes. Quarterbacks, yes. I mean, it's all good. I mean, the younger guys, that don't make the track team, do that. Run 7-on-7, do anything to stay busy outside of, once we, our off season. As long as it don't interfere with our off season conditioning, I'm for it. But I'm pushing all my guys to run track.
Yeah, I think, hey, that's a good idea, man. And you just gave every example of reasoning why someone would want to run track. And that is simple, man. You want to improve your time, get on the track field, man. Get on the track and make this thing happen, man. What advice have you given your high school seniors since the last game?
Oh my God, I just stated some of them. One of the things is we got to continue to hit the weight room, man. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
something that happens the other day, man. That I mean, it was a beautiful thing. Um, a college coach came to see me, and we was talking, and I was pumping up my kids and things of that nature. And James Jackson was one of the kids I was talking about,
yeah.
and we just happened to be walking through the gym, and James Jackson was coming out of the weight room,
Okay.
and I said, "Okay, this is James Jackson right here," and he was like, "Man, J5 looked good. He was pumping, he was hitting them guns, and you know,
He all swole up.
yeah, Trav. I mean, he looked real nice, man, coming out of there, man. And the coach was just like, man, wow, man, like this is what I'm talking about. Like you can tell this kid loves football. He's humble. I mean, it was just, I mean, the coach was amazed. So I'm gonna say this. Uh, on that particular day, J5 passed the eyeball test, man.
Yeah,
I hope I wish every time they see J5 or James Jackson that they see him coming out the weight room.
yeah.
But I encourage you to lift weights, uh, be where you're supposed to be. If the test go on right, take it. I mean, sign up for
Get
the
right.
quickest.
Get right, coach.
You know what I'm saying?
If you ain't right, get right.
And make sure that you're doing the things necessary. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that someone do not take food off the table and money off the table. For you. So. But those are the things that I've been telling guys and guys that's being recruited. The same thing. Like just make sure that we're not doing anything that can cost you your scholarship.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean,
Yes, sir.
don't put no crazy stuff on social media. Don't comment nothing crazy on social media. You have a lot of kids losing scholarships now off of stupid stuff they posting on social media. Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
Say it
Don't
one more
give a
time,
person.
coach. I keep asking you to repeat yourself, man, because they need to know this.
Don't post crazy stuff on
Social
social
media.
media. They are taking kids scholarships off of stuff that's being posted on social media. They have a right to do that. If it goes against, their core values at that particular university, and or it make them feel like you're not the type of guy that fits their culture at the school, they're gonna do it.
Let me tell you something
So
too, coach. Not to mention, not to get off the topic because I'm coming right back, but I'm just basically talking about how this ties in to even adults' life. The moment you fill out an application, man, many employees such as myself go to social media to see if we can find that person, to see what they're talking about. And I mean, believe it or not, man, we trying to just get insight on what type of person that we may be dealing with. So you can actually lose jobs or gain jobs because of what you're doing on social media. Go, coach. I'm sorry.
oh,
Is that
that's a fact, man. I had a situation, Mike. Well, I don't have no secret, Mike. I got arrested, Mike, and I had, like I said, I had some stuff. Man, I was facing, some serious time, and things of that nature, and got caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. And Mike, a lot of that stuff was on the internet. Like, you can pull it up.
yeah, yes,
And
sir.
at the time where I was trying to, I was, in the process of, pursuing another job on the college level, and that stuff was popping up, man. And guys were like, "Listen, man, like we got
Dang.
to find a way to get this stuff off." And I talked to my old coach Urban Meyer, about it. He was just like, "Hey, he gave me a number to call. He said, call this number, tell them the situation. They know you're gonna call." I called the number, Mike. Uh, they asked for my information. A month later, a couple weeks later, Mike,
It's gone.
gone.
Boy, I tell
You
you,
can't
boy,
find
some people
anything,
got
Mike.
power. Some people
Oh,
got
oh,
power, boy.
it was gone, Mike, and I was just like, man, I mean, that's one of the few times, man, I was just like, me and Coach Meyer ain't agree about a whole lot of things, but that was one thing I was very appreciative of
Yeah,
him, giving me that number to do that, and that has afforded me a lot of opportunities. But
yeah, man.
yeah, you
Hey,
got to
man.
be careful with that social media stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, coach, man. Thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you. Now, coach, man, I got to get into a particular subject that came up. in the last couple of days, man. And basically, our community, the Glaze, has been in an uproar because of this information. Another coach post saying that he got DJ Holmes the offer to Colorado to be with Coach Prime. And he also considered himself the GOAT at getting his kids in school. Man, can you offer some insight on that? And I'm talking about it, man. Hey, just tell me your take on this thing.
Well, Mike, I'm a large proponent of people in the community, anyone helping our kids, man. I never waver from that, Mike. Mike, we have had so many people out in the community that that has attended universities and that has made a connection with many different college coaches. Some of them was their teammates, some of them was the coaches, and they're friends with them and things of that nature, Mike. And the more people that we have that can expose our kids, Mike, I'm all for it, Mike.
That's
I
right.
really am.
I hear you, Coach.
My whole issue with the whole thing with this particular coach was that the whole clout chasing thing. Uh, he posted this and he called himself the GOAT and things of that thing, nature.
Hmm.
My thing is, first of all, if you're gonna help a kid, man, just help the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, Mike, I've been doing this thing almost 20 years, Mike.
Okay. I
Mike,
hear
I
you, Coach.
remember, I remember a time. I'm gonna tell you something, man. When Leroy Foster, the coach, you can ask him, he'll tell you this. When Leroy Foster, the coach, I took Andre Powell and Tavis at Ashley. I drove them all the way up to Illinois to
Okay.
a football camp. I
Hmm.
mean, Champaign, Illinois, from Pahokee, Florida, Champaign, Illinois, to football camp.
Wow.
I mean, that drive. Now it was
How
a
long
drive.
was how
I
long
mean,
was
on
that
my own.
drive?
It was quite lengthy. But I can't remember. But I remember hitting 65 or heading up or whatever. But
Yeah.
Mike, uh,
Must have been a
changed
long
both of
drive.
those kids. Changed both of those kids' life forever. Andre Powell went up there, did some amazing things. He was, recruited, by many different schools. And Gertavius Ashley, he actually came back and started grinding after that and became a pretty good DB. But Mike, I say all that to say this, Mike.
Yeah.
Not one time did I come back and boast and brag about that. That was all the way back in 2004, Mike.
Yeah.
I was working with I was on Coach Foster's staff with a bunch of amazing coaches
Yeah. I
at that
remember that.
particular time. And but it's a lot of little small things that I have done, Mike. That over the years, Mike, that I never at one time just boast about it. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you know, coaching is a fraternity, and any
Yeah.
kind of way that man, you can help the kids, you do that.
Yeah.
But my main issue was, Mike, this particular coach, he already took a player from me. He took Boswell from me,
Yeah.
and it was in a really slimy manner.
Yeah.
I had a chance to turn
Okay.
him in. I did, because men, me and this particular coach, all right. We have always been all right, man. I not like I never had an ill feeling for him until that, that particular situation happened. I
Hmm.
started to look at it cross on it because guess what? You know, this kid left thinking that he was going to get a Power Five offer. The notion was we at Pahokee, we weren't doing nothing for him. Like,
Yeah.
um,
So
and
that's what they said. I mean, the day
yeah, I
says,
mean, I'm
the
just saying.
naysayers on that.
So when that post came out, when he made that post, I was furious because first of all, undermined me for a kid.
Hmm.
Second of all, you done hitched up to say, to make it seem like, oh, we ain't doing nothing. And then on top of that, the whole self-proclaimed GOAT thing, like, come on, man. And then you're doing it with one of my, like, you still in the shine off one of my kids, clout chasing things of that nature, all over social media and things of that nature. Mike, I was hot, Mike. I ain't
I
gonna tell you,
know.
Mike. I was
I can
trying to fish
imagine
grease,
so.
and Mike, a lot of people say a lot of things like, "Oh, coach, shouldn't see, you shouldn't say nothing and things like that." And I say a lot of stuff that I don't say stuff about Mike. But Mike, one thing about it, Mike, you know me more than anybody, Mike. We have a pretty conversation, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, I am who I am, Mike,
Yeah.
and Mike, I'm gonna be me. And that's I never when I got this job, Mike, I got this job being me. I didn't sit in front of Mr. Denard and or nobody else in those meetings and act like I was perfect. I didn't sit there and act like I was gonna that I was someone else. I gave them the real deal. This me. They do a great job of keeping me isolated and keeping me on track and supporting me in many different ways, Mike. And I'm very appreciative of the staff, Mike. But that particular situation, Mike, it shouldn't have happened like that, Mike. And but I will say out of this situation, I want to say this: him, Coach Rashard Jackson, and anybody else. If you want to help our kids, man, you're welcome to help our kids, man. I do not care who help our kids, as long as our kids get help. I don't know everybody, and I don't have every contact, Mike.
That's right. That's right.
But one thing I do, Mike, I'm heavy on Twitter, Mike. Coach Bowling told me this. He called me one day. He's like, "Listen, Coach, you're not active enough on Twitter."
Yeah.
And I thank Coach Bowling for that.
Right.
Because Mike, Mike, we don't know everything, Mike.
No, but you take, but you listen and you take, yeah.
Absolutely. And one thing that I encourage, not just me, but a lot of my other coaches have done it. Mike, we hit Twitter up and we inboxing all type of people.
That's
Mike.
right. That's right.
Sending highlight films to everybody. I mean, we doing it. So a lot of kids, a lot of people can't help our 23 kids, but a lot of people look for the 24 kids. So, Mike, we doing everything that we possibly
can
do,
Coach.
Mike. And at the same time, I touched base with Ant Shepard, man, and the coach came through, man. He's like, listen, Anthony Shepard Jr., man, he been reaching out, man, to a lot of coaches, man, that's trying to help kids, man. And I was very appreciative.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Because that's what it's about, Mike.
Yeah, community.
And I can't say enough for guys like that young man and many more, Mike.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Is out here grinding to get our seniors looked at and all of our kids looked at, Mike. So with that situation, Mike, that's why I was upset, Mike. It never was about who got who offer, but I can tell you this, Mike. Many of my staff has been sending all of our kids stuff out. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, some people say, "Oh, ain't nobody." People call back. I mean, ain't nobody responding. People respond. People call back. People say certain things. But right now, Mike, I'm just, it's time to move forward from that particular situation. But I will say this, Mike. I will never let somebody play with Pahokee High School.
Okay. Say it again, Coach.
Our kids, our staff. I ain't gonna do it, Mike. I'm gonna step, Mike, every time, Mike. And it is what it is, Mike.
Yes, sir.
And I don't care who like it or whatever. People say, "Oh, well, coaches know this and that, and coach that on social media." I don't care, Mike. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, Mike, and that's gonna be that.
Hey, Coach. Hey, you the coach, man, and that's why they pay you the big bucks, man. And you live and die with your beliefs and live and die with what you think is right. So I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
Mike, you know what, Mike? I just seen somebody say, "Coach, can I understand why you was upset?" Let me explain why I was upset.
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Okay, quick. Some people want to say, some people, I guess they didn't get why I was upset. I was upset.
That's simple, though. Go ahead, Coach. That's simple.
It is, first of all,
give me the name of the person that said that.
I felt it was highly disrespectful, first of all, for self-proclaiming that,
he said it was highly disrespectful.
Yes. I felt it was highly disrespectful.
Oh, that's how you felt.
Oh, okay. She said she understood. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Next question.
Got you, baby girl. Baby girl. I mean, like, whoever listening and the people, it's no disrespect to Rashard, but let me just say, man, look, out of respect, even if Coach Emmanuel Hendricks said to the coach that he don't want to talk about it. To me, it's just out of respect that you have certain conversations. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead though. But
I'm gonna tell you this, Mike. Before we move on, Mike, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something that I gain a lot of respect for.
go ahead.
I don't, I always had respect for him, but
Yeah, I
that
like
was as a
Rashard. He's a
kid.
good guy in my opinion.
Well, I'm talking about as a kid, I have always had a respect for Anthony Shepard Jr. Just for the simple fact, man, that I know he came here on the back end, put in the work, man, and he did the things that he took in the what Coach Jay and the offense was selling, and he did everything to a T, and
You talking about young
and
Shepherd, not
young
Anthony,
Shepard,
but
young
yeah,
Shepard.
that,
That was as a
that's
kid,
family though. Go ahead though.
but as a man, you know what this man? Let me tell you what the kid did. He didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
He reached out to me first. He
Okay.
said, "Coach, I don't." This what I'm talking about. This I'm gonna tell you what type of man. I'm gonna call him a man because he's a
Yeah.
man.
Cause he is a man
He
now.
reached
He ain't
out
no
to
little
me.
boy.
He said, "Coach, no disrespect, Coach. I'm helping these kids. I want to reach out to you, and woo, and
Okay.
it's all about the kids and this, whatever." He said, and I got that. Like, man, listen. First of all, he ain't have to do it. I mean, he did.
No, he did it the right
Out of
way now.
respect, and I'm talking about this is a blue devil. This is a bona fide blue devil. Hell,
Yeah.
some people call him Mr. Blue Devil.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, no ego, egoless. First of all,
Yeah.
egoless.
Yeah.
Couple championships. You know what I'm saying? Winners coach, quarterback to ever do it
Yeah.
here. But he didn't have to. He could have just said, "Hey, man, I'm a diehard blue devil. I'm gonna help the kids however I want to help."
Word.
He didn't disrespect the man in the seat, and I got utmost respect to that young man, and because he's a man, and that's how men go about business, man, and he did it in a way, man, that, hey, man, it is what it is. But I'm not saying everybody have to come to me and to help one of our kids. No, you ain't gotta let me know you're helping them. If you can help our kids, help them.
Yeah.
I want every last kid I have to get out of here, Mike.
Yeah. And coach, I know that better than most. But at the end of the day, man, this is what you would want to see from Coach Rashard, man, to be honest with you. And not to bring his name up and I'm not promise you, I'm not talking negative about him, but after talking with you, I think if he would have did what Anthony Shepard done, we wouldn't be having this conversation now.
Mike, he wasn't gonna do that, Mike. He did it to be undermining, Mike. We already know that, Mike. It ain't no Mike, he did what he wanted to do, Mike. Listen, he's a very intelligent human being.
Yeah.
Mike, he did disrespect, he meant it to be a disrespect, and I get it. So that's why you got the response I got. You know what I'm saying? You sent for me, I came. But it is what it is. Let's go. Next question, Mike.
Coach, you ready to stop talking about it, Coach?
Yeah, let's move on, Mike.
Hey, Coach. Well, you are. But Coach, man, I'm gonna move into some of the inbox questions, man, because these are some of the questions that they pretty much dropped on me, man. They dropped a bomb on me.
Well, Mike, let the bombs go, Mike. Let's get it, man. Let's get it over with, man, and let's move forward to the next show, Mike.
So one of the questions here, hold on. Why have you been hating on Coach Jackson ever since you snaked him for the Pahokee job? Now, somebody's saying that you actually snaked him from being the Pahokee High School coach. Help me understand that. Help the people that's listening understand that statement there, Coach.
Mike, I wouldn't. I mean, I have heard that floating around, Mike. I have. I don't know where that come from, Mike. But that's been floating around. I done seen that on Facebook a couple of times, Mike. I don't know where people get this stuff from. But I'm gonna tell you some facts, Mike. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm gonna
speak the facts.
I'm gonna speak a real fact. If DJ Bolden would have never decided to coach the Pahokee Blue Devils,
right,
Coach Kash would have been the Pahokee Blue Devil head coach. If DJ Bolden
Say it again.
didn't decide that he wanted to coach the Pahokee Blue Devils, Coach Kash would have been the Blue Devil head coach. Now, it would have made a lot of people unhappy,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what was going to happen.
That's the way it is.
That's just what was going to happen. Coach Bolden wanted to, coach, and I'm happy. I'm happy that they selected Coach Bolden. Coach Bolden. I learned a lot of stuff from Coach Bolden. Believe it or not, it's a whole lot I learned from Coach Bolden. I might have learned some stuff what to do, and I might have learned some stuff what not to do. But I learned a lot from Coach Bolden. I still learn stuff from Coach Bolden.
That's all educational, man.
Okay, and but moving forward, Mike, I ain't snake nobody out of nothing, Mike. I don't know where that come from. I don't know if Coach Jackson told people. I don't know where they get this stuff from, Mike. But that's just great. Them lies, Mike. And
let me ask you a question though. I mean, like now, I think I told you after the fact. Before we became acquaintance, that I actually sat on the interviewing process with the committee as it relates to hiring the next Pahokee High School football coach. I was part of that committee. I'm sorry. And he wasn't even selected as one of the interviewees. So when I read this question, I was kind of lost. I'm trying to figure out whether they get the information from. Is it something? It could be just someone just making rumors.
It could be.
The question came out of stuff.
I do know somewhere down the road. I don't know. I know some kind of way. I know somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what it was, the Glade Central job or the Pahokee job. Something happened with him putting his resume in or what. I don't know, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. If that's what they referring to, I don't know. Mike.
I feel you.
And Coach Jackson is a hell of a coach, Mike.
He's a great coach.
In my opinion, I never take that from him. I respect a lot of stuff that he. I like a lot of stuff that he do. I think he's. I do think that Glade Central shouldn't have let him go.
No, they shouldn't. Oh my God!
I wouldn't have, but it is what it is.
Let me just say this, and we're gonna move on. Now, a couple of days ago, I spoke with Coach Jackson. Understand me, and one of the things that I said with him in the conversation was, man, every time I think about Glade Central and what they're going through, it reminds me of when Coach Snead was a coach, and Glade Central fired Coach Snead for what reason? I don't even know. I feel the same way about them firing Rashad. So I'm gonna move on with that, but I just gotta be transparent when I say Glade Central, man. What are you doing when you fire a good coach? But we talking about Pahokee High School.
Absolutely. Let's stay off Pahokee, man. Next question, Mike. Let's get this stuff out the way, y'all.
Yeah.
What we got next?
Okay. Somebody wrote in to you, Coach Kash. They want to know, what are you doing with the returning seniors? And you're returning football players. What are you doing with them?
All right now, Mike, I've been encouraging everyone. I've been encouraging everyone to finish this semester strong, Mike. Got exams coming up, Mike. The most important thing, Mike, is to finish the semester strong. So we want to make sure that all of our kids are eligible to play in the spring game, the returning players, and also we want to make sure that these upcoming transcripts that these college coaches are going to be asking for is up to par. So that has been the biggest thing, Mike. I will be opening up the weight room a little bit. If someone want to drop in, they can, but I will not encourage it until after the break. We will be doing some stuff after the break, but that's pretty much what's going on. Once the break ends, we'll start our off-season conditioning workouts. We'll be lifting and doing agility drills and things of that nature, Mike. But right now, the whole play is finishing up the semester strong.
Amen, man. That sounds good, Coach. That sounds good, man. Another person wrote in, What are your only why I'm sorry. Why are you Coach Cash only concerned with DJ Holmes and not the other players? Wow. That's a loaded question.
Well, Mike, you know, Mike, I work for all of my players. Mike, the only reason the DJ Home thing came up was because of the actual post. Mike, every day, the college coaches come in there, man. All of the guys that fit the bill, qualifiers and things of that
Yes, sir.
nature.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling them down, and we're having many different discussions with these coaches. They having their opportunity to ask these coaches questions. I might have an opportunity to, to pull out of these coaches, or how many offers they got, or what they're looking for, and things of that nature. Um, Mike, there's no stone not being unturned. Not being turned right now, Mike. You know, it's about all of our kids, Mike. I don't
Hmm.
hate that. I hate that a Facebook post would make people feel that way.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, it happens, Mike. But if you ask any of our kids, ask BJ Bolden, ask James Jackson, it's plenty of kids. Ask Torrin Henley. Hell, we had Southern Texas come in. They like Jannard Thompson. So it's some opportunities out there, man. Especially with the D2s and things, especially these kids that have these high grade point average and these test scores, Mike. That once once this whole transfer portal fiasco is done, Mike, you're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
see a lot of movement on a lot of our kids.
Yeah.
But I encourage our kids not to get discouraged, and that the time's gonna come, and things gonna pick up, and we're gonna find them homes. That's what's gonna happen, Mike. But uh, I'm not only concerned with DJ Holmes, Mike. Man, DJ Holmes good, man. DJ Holmes come from a great family. And they have resources, and he has a lot of options. So I'm sure that he'll land in a good spot.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach, for clarifying that, man, and cleaning that up, man. But it's another question that's been like I've seen this question. I want to say more than once, Coach. I mean, like people are concerned with the coaching staff. Are there any changes in the coaching staff? Speak on the coach.
Not that I know at this point. I
Hold on,
expect
Coach. You said not that you know of.
not that I know of. Listen, they know something I don't know, Mike. At this point, I'm expecting everyone back, Mike.
Yeah,
You know, we'll that'll be clarified as we move into the spring, Mike, and that's the only time I can give
yeah,
you know a definite answer. But I do know life happens for everyone. I mean, it might be some people that want to move on, and that's fine. Just like Coach Prime needed to move on and do some other things. I won't hold nobody back. I won't have no ill feelings for
yes, sir.
anyone that need to, take care of whatever they need to take care of. But at this point, Mike, no, there has been no changes that I know of. No one has told me that they're not coming back. But when you do lose a game, like how we lost the game, we gave a game away, Mike.
Yeah,
It's rough for a little while, especially when you work as hard as you work, Mike. So it's a lot of sensitive stuff going on, not just with me, Mike, but everyone's feeling it. So we'll see what happens, Mike. But at this point, Mike, I expect all my entire staff back.
hey man, let's give a big shout out to to Hawthorne. They won the state championship, and it's funny, man, because that's supposed to have been us.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Mike. Hey, man, we lost to them, and they went and got it done, Mike. So kudos to them for getting it done. They won their first state championship, and awesome. Hopefully, that'll be us next time. Another big kudos to shout out to DJ Holmes for becoming Palm Beach County Defensive Player of the Year. and Jashawn Benjamin for coming the offensive
Yes.
player of the year, man. We did a sweep, and they're so. I mean, no one's more deserving than those two guys. We had our lead on defense, we had our lead on offense, and it's a beautiful thing. I think Deshaun had over 2,000 yards of total offense on offense and defense. I mean, receiving and rushing, which is a remarkable feat. And and DJ 32 sacks alone, you know, it speaks volume of the type of year that he had. So, congratulations to those guys, man, and I'm proud of them, and keep making Pahokee great.
Man, that's big, and I don't want to harp on this, but man, that's big for two of our kids to get offense and defensive player of the year. Big ups to Coach Cash. Big ups to those kids. More importantly, yeah,
Oh, absolutely, Mike. Regardless of what our staff, people feel a lot of way, different ways, but our staff put those kids in a lot of good situations, man, to have success.
yeah,
Um, I mean, uh, uh, we had a lot of kids with a lot of sacks. So, you
yeah,
know,
yeah. That's crazy.
the crazy part about it, Mike, people don't realize these kids really had those sacks, man.
I mean, the
Jannard
proof is
Thompson
in the
don't play
pudding,
that
man.
much. Jannard Thompson don't play that much, but he probably had about 7, 8 sacks, man. I mean, like real sacks, and I'm not talking about like he went and got the sacks. I mean, so Charles Foreman. I mean, they had 10 plus sacks. It was a laundry list of guys that that,
Right, right.
that got in the game and did some amazing things. So, um, we do have a few seniors playing in the All Star game. B.J. Bolden and James Jackson, I know for a fact, will be playing in that game.
Yeah, that's great.
Um, I don't advise. I didn't advise. Jashawn Benjamin or DJ Holmes to play in that game. That they have nothing to gain to play in that game. But
Yeah, yeah,
James Jackson and DJ Holmes definitely.
yeah,
Well, not DJ Holmes, but James Jackson and BJ Bolden
yeah.
will
I
be
know what
playing.
you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, coach. I want to just say, man, congratulations to you, your staff, and all the kids, man. That's big, man. Yeah, and thank y'all for doing what y'all doing, man. Thank y'all for doing what y'all doing. I appreciate y'all, man.
I appreciate it too, Mike. I appreciate you, Mike, and like I said before, man. At the end of the day, it's always about the kids, and at the end of the day, man, we're gonna, we're gonna take advantage of the program, and we're gonna do the things that we feel is right. We had an amazing season with a tough schedule. Schedule gonna be a lot similar next year. We have some big guns coming in. We do have some transfers coming in. I can just say that that's gonna enter in. We offer the choice program, which allows us to, have kids come in from other places to attend our wonderful school, and we have some people that took advantage of that choice program, and I'm looking to have an amazing season next year, Mike. And so get ready for the Blue Devils to do some amazing things next year. Uh,
Hey, that's big, coach. That's big, man. Coach, man. Hey, I'm ready. The city ready. We excited, and the Coach Cash Show is ready.
Absolutely, Mike. So, hey, man, we'll do what we need to do, Mike. But Mike, hopefully we answer some questions, the recruiting process, and we kind of fill some people in on how things going so far and what we expect in the near future. But things will pick up for a lot of our kids, that don't have committable offers right now. But I do expect that to change real soon, especially with the transfer when the transfer portal, die down a little bit. But the transfer portal is what it is, so
Yeah.
we got to work around it.
Hey, coach, man. I would like to say this, man, before we get off the show, man. Mississippi State head coach, who I think he passed 2 days ago, maybe, like, man, let's do a moment of silence for Coach Mike Leach. I think that's his name.
Yes, Mike Leach,
Yeah,
semi-pirate man. I met Mike Leach a couple of times, man. A great guy, very interesting to talk to, man. He has some stories for you. But moment of
let's do
silence for Mike Leach.
All right, coach, man. All right, man. Hey, this is how we do it on real on the Coach Kash Show. You can catch Coach Kash every Tuesday at 7:30 Central Time. No, Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. This is the Coach Kash Show, Pahokee High School second year coach. Um, um, uh, what is it like? What round? I mean, like playoff. Been in the playoff 2 times. I mean,
Yeah,
Coach.
yeah, Mike. We got stuck at the same spot, man. We got a little closer, man.
Yeah,
Uh, we didn't push through, man, Mike. We should have won that game. It is what it is, Mike. But like I said before, Mike, we won't stop, Mike. It's brick by brick.
brick by
We
brick.
I'm
DSE.
trying to tell you, Mike. And next year, man, we planning on laying that brick, man. That last brick we need, to
Hey,
clear Hawthorne Hall, Mike. We on it, Mike.
but coach, I don't think people understand. How much you. I mean, like, and we're gonna leave this. We got to leave this, but I mean, like, you took a Coach Bolden team that my son was on that team, and I think they won 2 games that year, maybe 1 or 2 games. And you turned around the next year, went to the playoff, and now this year went to the playoffs again.
Oh, Mike. Mike, you know how it is in Pahokee, Mike. Yeah, that's that's a wonderful thing and all, Mike. Yes, this particular
I
staff,
know where you're going.
this particular staff, we did a great job, Mike, in this thing turning around because this first year, man, like we started out 5-0 that first year, and everybody want to talk about people transferring in, but every last one of those kids was from Pahokee. We went 5-0.
Yeah, yeah,
So so it is what it is. But Mike, at the line in Pahokee, man, it's about championships, Mike.
yeah, it is.
The reason why people always scream Leroy Foster and Coach Blade Thompson and Don Thompson and Coach Rick James and Coach Jonathan Johnson, the OCs and the DCs, Mike, because at the end of the day, those guys won championships, Mike.
Yeah,
And those guys got it done. The bottom line, Mike, is
yeah,
when you get it done, Mike, that's the only thing we care about. We care
yeah,
about the idea around here, Mike, and it is what it is, Mike. But kudos to my staff, man, for coming in and getting this thing rolling. Because, like I said, Mike, at one point, Mike, and I got a lot of screenshots of the talk about, about Pahokee going to take 4 or 5 years for Pahokee to get back, and even
What?
before the season,
Oh, you
yeah,
talking about? Yeah, yeah,
they said
yeah,
the players ain't have no heart and
yeah,
it's off and all type of stuff, Mike.
yeah. I can relate.
Those players that didn't have no heart, quote unquote, and them soft players and all that, and Coach Kash Show at the time. And guess what, Mike? We was knocking on the door. Knocked on the door 2 years, Mike. Next year we gotta kick the door in, Mike. So
I got you, Coach Kash.
every season, man, is a lesson. And Mike, we'll learn from our mistakes and we'll come back next year and try to seal the deal, Mike.
Excellent, man. Coach, lead the guys with anything, man. How to contact you if they want to make
Well, again,
contact.
like I said, please go like the Coach Kash Show. You catch us on iHeartRadio or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. Go
Yeah,
like the show. Have any comments? Please inbox the show. Let us know what you're thinking and things of that nature. And it's all day. Pahokee Blue Devils all the time. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we'll catch up with you next time.
all right, man. You've been listening to the Coach Kash Show again every Tuesday night, 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. Don't be afraid, man. To reach out to Coach Kash or myself, man, and we're here, man. So this is it, man. We're signing out. Peace.
I'm from Pahokee, Florida. 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 I'm from Pahokee.
Damn.